So welcome back to Favorite Friday. For this case, we are going back to the country of France. I don't have a specific city. I just know that our particular woman for this case has been all over the country of France. So this video is just going to be tagged France. There's definitely people who have their opinions on whether our killer was basically a scapegoat for like some higher people. Definitely know what you think regarding that down below. And I'm basically going to give everything that's publicly known about her. And with that being said, I'm going to clear my red light and let's get started. So Margarita Zell was born August 8th, 1876 in the Netherlands. Her father would apparently leave the family when she's 13 for another woman. Her mother proceeds to die 2 years later, so she's 15. She gets sent away at 16 in order to start becoming a teacher because, you know, it was 1800, so women didn't have a lot of options back then. And then apparently she gets kicked out of the school that she was going to because apparently she was having an affair with the headmaster. But of course, this being way back then and women not having as many rights as we do now, there are some people, including myself, that believe that she was being possibly taken advantage of. And then once she's spoken out about what happened, then she got kicked out as retaliation. Marguerite would eventually see a Lonely Hearts ad from a man by the name of Rudolph McLeod. Apparently, he was born March 1st, 1856. They get married in July of 1895. He apparently is cheating on her with multiple women. He winds up giving Margarita syphilis, and then this winds up transferring to their two kids, John, who was born in 1896, and their daughter Louise Jeanne, who apparently was born in May of 1898. John would unfortunately apparently die from a mercury overdose at the age of 2. At some point, apparently it was believed that the nanny may have actually poisoned John due to revenge, because apparently it was something about her lover being in jail, but that was never confirmed. Marguerite basically decides we are going to split from Rudolph in 1902. They split. She takes the daughter with her. He basically is supposed to pay, like, I guess, like child support, because what we call child support now, because we also gave our child together, and the child has to be taken care of somehow. Apparently, he proceeds to put out papers, like ads and papers, to anybody that could read, I guess, basically saying, do not help this woman out. So eventually she gives her daughter back to Rudolph, I guess because she realizes she can't take care of her daughter on her own. So she worked at the circus and then returned to dancing. Apparently, by this point, she starts going under the name Mata Hari, which apparently means like light of the day in Malay. And then she starts showing dances in Europe that were unknown to Europeans at the time that had originated from Indonesia. So basically stealing their dances, but making it seem like I created my own. And people, of course, the European people, they of course are fascinated by this. And of course she's getting cash, she's getting gifts, she's blowing up, life's going good for her at this point. So in June of 1914, she gets an offer to go dance in Berlin, Germany. However, she couldn't because Germany had just declared war on Russia on August 1st. She was trying to go back to France, where apparently she was living at the time, like I said. However, Germany had declared war on France on August 3rd. So then she said, I'm going to return to my home country of the Netherlands. So the fall of 1915, she starts dating a man by the name of Carl, who apparently was a member of the Secret Service. He apparently would offer her 20 grand francs in order to work with him to essentially be a spy. There are sources saying that she kept the money, but apparently declined the offer. And apparently she felt that 20 grand francs was basically compensation for the Germans apparently taking her coats and other expensive stuff that she had earned that she had worked for. So then apparently she tried to return to Paris back in December of 1915, but apparently there was a guard that was saying that she shouldn't be allowed because she knew multiple languages. And remember, this is during a war. So there was potential, I guess the guard was basically saying that, like, you know multiple languages is kind of suspicious because how we know you're not a spy, which, understandably. So then at this point, apparently, like, her calls are being listened to, her mail is being opened, and she's being watched. Because now it's believed that she's a spy. So she winds up, I guess, like, the relationship with Carl eventually ended, and she wanted to meet a man by the name of Vladimir, who apparently is a Russian captain. He proposes, and I guess she accepts, but then he has to go to war, because like I said, this is during World War I, so he doesn't really have a choice. She wants to go with him, so she winds up getting an ex-boyfriend by the name of Gene to arrange an appointment with the borough to where she basically agrees to, listen, I'll be a spy for you guys, I'll go into Germany, go into Germany and get information out of you guys, so that way she can be with Vladimir and also help the country out. So she gets to be with Vladimir and gets 1 million francs in exchange. She's supposed to wait for instructions from the captain, however, they never came. She apparently leaves from Spain, tries to go to London, and apparently she is held until November. And they were trying to figure out was she a spy by the name of Clara Benedicts. So apparently she admits to being a French agent. And then her captain is contacted, and they order her to come back to Spain. So then in December, she's in Madrid, which is capital of Spain. She winds up seducing a German diplomat by the name of Arnold Kornbile. I'm going to put the name on the screen, so I feel like I said that wrong. And essentially, after 3 days in bed, so I guess they've known each other for 3 days, she winds up getting secrets out of him that the Germans are planning on sending a submarine to Morocco. Morocco at the time was part of the French colony. So then, of course, she reports this back. So then she tries to send a message out to the captain to warn them, so that way, like, they're prepared for before Germany tries to do this. She doesn't hear a message back from him. So then she tries to go to a colonel by the name of Joseph, and he tells her, try to get more information out of Arnold, see what other attacks the Germans are planning. Arnold and apparently Germany are catching on to Marta, and they were getting suspicious. So then, of course, they apparently send a message believing that Marta apparently was a German double agent. And so apparently there was a message that was heard by the Eiffel Tower, which is being in France. There was a message sent out to the captain, and the captain winds up having Marta arrested. So in January of 1917, Marta apparently returns to try to get like a reward. I guess she was promised a reward from the captain, and she gave valuable information, but she was shunned. On February 17th, she apparently had an arrest warrant for committing espionage in Germany. She is sentenced to a prison in Paris. She goes to trial in July. Apparently, she was interrogated for like 3 months, and her lawyer tried to say that the only proof of any possible betrayal that she may have done is the intercepting message. So on April 16th, apparently 20,000 French soldiers died. Marta apparently was basically the scapegoat, basically the person we're going to blame for these French soldiers dying. And then apparently 10,000 more soldiers would die after that, so she pretty much is blamed for the death of at least 30,000 soldiers. And then she goes to trial and is set to be executed by firing squad. And unfortunately, she is in fact executed by firing squad on October 15th. So then apparently says nobody ever claimed her body. Her body was supposed to go to like research. Her head was apparently kept in a museum until the year 2000 and has been missing, and nobody's ever seen the head that we know of since. So yeah, that is the case of Marta Hari, basically a spy who was basically a scapegoat. Now, whether she has any actual victims, we don't know, but apparently she's been blamed for at least 30,000 deaths. So definitely know what you think down below. So the daughter, Janine, the surviving daughter, for anybody worried about her, records apparently show that she died August 10th, 1919. So she only lived to see less than 21 years old. Apparently she had a hemorrhage from the syphilis that she contacted because her father was out here cheating. And then the dad, he died in 1928. If you want to hear any more like spy cases, definitely know about that, because those cases are definitely a lot interesting, especially when they get fatal. But yeah, if you have any recommendations at all, you guys just let me know. Comments are always open. Thoughts are always welcome down below. I cover faith most 6 times a week. This is Scott from Faith Females. I'll see you guys next one. Bye.